Good afternoon, everyone, and I just want to welcome you to our final session of Gentle Movement at Home before we take a break for the summer. I'm Jen Hansen, and I'm the Director of Education at PNBC, and I am joined today by Neil Pearson, who has done most of the instructing for this series, so it's an appropriate, fitting end that we end with Neil's practice today. Just a very quick reminder that Neil isn't able to provide specific medical advice, but that we will have time at the end of the session where you can ask Neil any questions you have about the session and about the movements that we practice during the session. So just put those questions in the Q&A and I will ask him those. We'll have some time. So just a reminder that we're recording and that you can find this movement session afterwards on PNBC's YouTube channel as well as on our Facebook page. And we have a pretty big archive now that will continue to be available throughout the summer. So we've been doing this about 3 times a week since the beginning of April. So we do have quite a good archive of movement sessions. So there's quite a bit of variety, and we do just encourage you to keep up the practice and aim, for the same sort of regularity that you're doing it now. And we hope that continues to be a useful resource. So we're just going to ask 3 quick questions at the end of this session. I'll launch a poll and you can give us your feedback and tell us what you thought. And if you do need to get in touch with me during the session, just put your question in the chat or you can email education@pnbc.ca. Okay, just a really quick rundown. Oh, this is good. These are all the stats. So since launching this program, I said we had around 30 sessions, but look, we've got 37 sessions of Gentle Movement at Home. Again, those are all in the archive. We've had over 400 participants from Canada and across the globe. So thanks to everyone who's joined us from BC and beyond and all of everywhere else. You can see our YouTube videos have been viewed 2,500 plus times and our Facebook videos viewed 7,500 plus times. And we have had 8 different instructors do these sessions. So just some interesting stats. So I guess I'd just like to say thanks for everyone for participating and making this experiment such a huge success. And we really hope it has been helpful. Okay, Neil, over to you for our final session. I'm excited to see what you've got planned for us.
All right, thanks, Jen. And really thank you, Jen, and thank you to PNBC for setting this up and organizing it and archiving these videos so that all the people coming on can try some different ways of moving in ways to increase ease of movement and hopefully to decrease in pain. So I feel like you set me up, so we're gonna have to do this really big thing, but we're not gonna do a really big different session. We'll follow along the same lines that we normally do. Remember that you have permission to stop anytime you want. Not permission from me. You give yourself permission that anytime you want to stop or need to stop, go ahead and do it. If we're doing some of the breathing, if you feel like you've lost your breath and you need to catch it, just pause, catch your breath, come on back in again. So I'll keep on guiding you with all these things as we go through. We're going to start with a breath practice just to sort of get our energy a little bit moving. I don't know, I'm just thinking of doing that, maybe because it seems to be very stormy outside where I am here. So with this breath practice, you'll be moving your arms. Oh, I'm going to tell you, we're going to start in a chair. And then if you're okay with moving to standing, we'll move to standing. But the second sort of half of the movements, you'll be able to do from a chair if you want to. But I'll guide you through that as we get. So you don't need any other equipment for today. All right, so the first movement, the first breath practice we'll do, what we're going to get you to do is to lift your arms up this way and lift your arms up this way and then lift your arms back up and then let them just fall down your lap in a relaxed way. And so the idea is to breathe in 3 times. So you breathe in. So you can see it looks a little bit like conducting an orchestra. And you'll do this a few times. Now, start with an idea. Does that feel safe for me to move my arms that much? Right. So it's possible that for you, that's not the right amount of movement. So if that's so, then you can do the movement down here and just let them relax that way. Right. If it would feel good to do a big movement like this, then go ahead and do a big movement like that. So you might want to start by sorting out how much you can do. And we're going to just do a few rounds of this breath. So with the arm movements, you're going to breathe in without breathing out 3 times. So you breathe in, and then you breathe out. Right, so you're breathing out through your mouth. So it's then let your arms relax. If you're okay with closing your eyes right now, close your eyes. Let yourself be in that tall spine position. Just let your shoulders relax. You may have noticed that got energy moving a little bit. Maybe you picked up your heartbeat just a little bit. Sometimes when we have pain, we feel like our energy is really drained or really low. And sometimes it can help to do something gentle to get the breath moving. And so you can combine breath and movement to start to get the energy moving a little bit. So hopefully that's helped a little bit for you to start with. Now, if you're okay with sitting away from the back of your chair, start there. If you would be better to be against the back of your chair, do that. Wherever you've gotten to, feel your feet on the floor. Feel a little bit of length of your spine, softness in your shoulders. And what I'd like you to do is to notice the sensation of the air as you breathe in through your nostrils. So you're breathing in through both nostrils and you're breathing out through both nostrils. Now, I apologize if you're having trouble breathing in out through your nose, then you may need to actually create a sensation that you can feel that sensation. Because sometimes it's hard to breathe in out through our nose. Maybe you actually have a cold right now, or maybe you have a deviated septum. Sometimes it's hard to do that. So if you can, feel the air going in both nostrils and feel the air going out both nostrils, and slow down your breath. Just make it last a bit longer. You don't need to make it really deep or really big. Just slow it down. And see how much you can focus your attention on the sensation of the air as it comes in through the nostrils, and on the sensation of the air as it goes out the nostrils. There's lots of other things you can pay attention to with your breath, but for now, see if you can do that. Just the sensation of the air as it goes in your nostrils, the sensation of the air as it goes out. And if by chance the pain is interrupting you, what you want to do is divide your attention. So you might pay attention to it a little bit, but also pay attention to your breath. If you lose your breath, just pause, catch your breath again, and come back. Turn the palms of your hands up just so the palms of your hands are open. They're just resting in your lap. As you continue to breathe exactly this way, just don't change the way you're breathing. Change your attention. So next time when you breathe in, take your attention to the sensation on the right side. So you're still breathing in and out both nostrils, but now you're paying attention to the air as it comes in right. And when you breathe out, shift over to the left side. So feel the air as it goes out the left. When you breathe back in again, feel the air as it goes in the left. And when you breathe out again, feel the air go out the right. Still breathing in and out both sides, but just changing your attention or your awareness. So the awareness is on one side as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, you shift your awareness to the other side. So hopefully you're getting that okay. For a moment, just pause and let it go. So I'm going to ask you to continue with doing this, but then to bring in a little bit of shifting position of your hands. So as you do this, you're going to be changing your awareness from one side to the other. So as you breathe in, you'll feel the awareness on, say, the right side. And as you breathe out, your awareness will shift to the left. It'll stay on the left as you breathe back in again, and then shift back over to the right as you breathe out. So you follow that kind of pattern. But what you'll do with your hands is whatever side your awareness is on, you're going to have that hand open and resting in your palm, and the other hand you'll just gently curl it in towards a fist. So you don't need to squeeze like a fist, but just curl your fingers in towards your palm. So if you can, breathe out, and when you breathe back in again, have the awareness, even though you're breathing in both sides, awareness of the right side, right palms open. And as you breathe out, shift your attention to the left nostril and feel the air as it goes out the left. So the left palm will be open, the right hand curls in. When you breathe back in again, the attention is still in the left nostril. When you breathe out, you'll switch the hand position and change your attention to the right side. When you breathe back in, the attention stays on the right side and your hands stay where they are. When you breathe out, shift your attention to the left side, change the hand position. So left palm is open now as you feel the air going out the left, even though you're still breathing in and out both sides. See if you can carry that on just for a breath or two. When you get to the end of your next exhale, just let that go. If your hands got tense, give them a bit of a shake. If you are sitting away from the back of the chair, just for a moment, sit to the back of the chair. So put your back against the back of the chair and feel the support of the chair. The support of the chair underneath your hips, the support of the chair behind you. Let your hands rest palm down if that feels okay in your lap. Feel your feet on the floor. And just stay with that soft breath. As you continue to breathe slowly, notice the sensations of your body. And for a moment, as best as you can, look for the non-pain sensations. So maybe you can feel temperature on your feet or your feet resting on the floor, and that doesn't feel like pain or discomfort. Maybe you can feel the air on your skin or the temperature on your skin somewhere else, and that doesn't feel like discomfort or pain. Or maybe you can feel your ears and they don't feel like they're painful, or your nose and doesn't feel like it's painful. Just try to find some part of your body that doesn't have pain, doesn't have discomfort, and notice those sensations for a moment. There may be a whole lot of those sensations in your body, but sometimes when there's lots of pains, it can be almost hard to find a place where there doesn't seem to be any pain or discomfort. Stay with that easy breath. Now take your attention to a part of your body where there is pain and notice those sensations as best you can. If it doesn't feel safe to do it for very long, then stop, take your attention back to your breath or back to the non-pain sensations of your body. If it's okay to stay there for a bit, then just stay there a bit and notice the pain on purpose. Take your attention to the area of pain or discomfort and maybe notice its size or its texture or its shape. Remember, anytime it doesn't feel safe anymore, just take your attention back to an area of your body that feels non-pain sensations, or take your attention back to your breath. And you can go back and forth. You can sort of go in and take a peek and then come away and go in and take a peek and come away. And maybe when you're there, you can notice if there's any sense of emotion while you're there or any thoughts while you're there. We spend a lot of time trying to run away from the pain and trying to distract ourselves from it. And what we've learned from a lot of people with pain is that sometimes it helps to bring ourselves in that sort of state of more calm. And then from that state of more calm to actually go and explore the pain a bit. But it can take some practice to do this. So now take your attention back to your breath. Feel the sensations of your breath. Feel your body moving, feel the air coming in and out. Notice how long it takes to breathe in, how long it takes to breathe out. I'm going to start to do some movements now. And as we go through the movement, I'm going to ask you to take your attention at times to the non-pain sensations and sometimes to notice the pain. Now, what you might do is you might say to yourself, well, you know, when I'm moving, what I usually do is really pay no attention to the pain at all. And if that's the case, maybe today, pay a little bit more attention to it. See if you can pay some attention, but not, obviously too much. And then maybe you find the other thing is that when you try to move, your attention gets so drawn into the pain, it's almost as if you can't think of anything but that. You can't attend to anything but the pain. If that's the case, then one of the things you can do is to pay more attention to practice paying more attention to the non-pain sensations. So if you're all right with it, move away from the back of the chair again. If your breath isn't slow, slow it back down. Feel your seat on the chair, feel your feet on the floor, feel the length of your spine, soften around your shoulders, soften around your face and your eyes and your jaw and your tongue, even around your ears, softening around your neck and head if you can. Just to soften means if there's any tension there, see if you can let that go a bit. Great. So then start to move your spine just a little. Let your hands rest on your lap still, if that's an okay place to be. And just let your spine move just a little bit of sort of a rocking. So I'm rounding my back down, and then I'm lifting it up, and my shoulders come back a bit. I'm not trying to do a super big movement, just a little movement. Keep your breath slow while you do that. That's part of the job for today, to stay relaxed with movement by keeping your breath calm. Now, I'm moving pretty fast here, and so I'm not breathing in and out with this movement. I'm letting my breath flow naturally, but if you want to slow it down so the movement catches with your breath or syncs with your breath, go ahead and do that. It's up to you. As you're doing this, see if you can notice some of those non-pain sensations of your body. Maybe you can feel non-pain sensations in your back, around your spine while you do this. Or maybe you need to look to other parts of your body for non-pain sensations. Remember, if there is pain or tension or discomfort, it's okay to go to the edge. Don't crash on through it. Don't jam through it. Just go to the edge and then move away. So if you're still doing that movement, pause, get your spine back in that tall position. And once again, leave your hands in your lap and do gentle side bend. So side bend down towards the left and come on back up and then over to the other side. Again, you're not trying to see how far you can go here. The idea is just move the spine and feel the sensations of moving the spine back and forth. And I'm hoping as you do this that you can feel some non-pain sensations of your spine as you go back and forth. If you do have pain around your back, maybe you're going to need to look not quite in the center of the pain. So don't dive right into the center of the worst part of it. If there's pain, see if you can look around the periphery, around the edges, and see if you can find some of those non-pain sensations. Remember, you don't have to keep on going as long as I go. You can pause anytime you want. So come on back to the center. Once again, get that tall spine, let your shoulders and face relax again. And just a little bit of twisting and rotation from here. So your hands are going to stay where they are. So you're not going to be able to twist really far with your shoulders. So that your hands rest where they are. Once again, either sync it up with your breath and slow down the movement, or just let your breath flow calmly while you do the movement back and forth. If you run into any pain or tension or discomfort, just nudge it and move away. And so if the movement is small, maybe small like this, that's fine. If more feels easy today, go ahead and do it. If it changes as you keep on going, just sort of follow the change. And then when you come back to the center next time, just pause for a moment. If your breath is picked up, slow it down a bit. If there's any parts of your body that are getting tense, see if you can calm them down a little bit. Your spine is tall, your shoulders are relaxed, you've got that slow breath. Reach your right arm straight out to the front and bring it back down. Left arm out, and just do this movement a few times. So you can reach as far as you want to go, or you can do a small movement. Whichever would feel better for you today. As you're doing this, if there happens to be pain around your shoulders or neck, notice the non-pain sensations of the movement as well. So this isn't about trying to distract yourself from the pain and pay no attention to it. It's about learning to pay attention to other sensations. Because sometimes when the pain's been there, it's almost like everything about the nervous system starts to pay so much attention to the pain. And it's hard to pay attention to other things. So sometimes we need to practice. Now, next time you take that right arm out, take it across your body. So it's like there's a line along the midline and you're just reaching out and across, keeping your breath slow, keeping your body calm and tall. Just reaching across your body as you do this. Remember, you can pause anytime you want. If your shoulders or neck or back or any part of your body needs a break, give it a break. It's okay to pause, sort of recuperate, recover, let things calm back down again. So if you're still doing that movement, we'll get you to stop right now. Put your hands together in front of you and intertwine your fingers and thumbs together, but then take your thumbs and your middle finger out like that. And so it's like the Charlie's Angels kind of position. So what you're going to do here is have your arms out in front of you. Your elbows are going to be straight. Let your shoulders be down like this. And then as you breathe in next time, lift your arms up to wherever it feels comfortable going. If you feel your shoulder blades coming way up, then try to let them soften down. That might mean that it's better not to lift your arms so high. Or maybe you just need to get in the practice of letting your shoulders stay down as your arms come up. You still got some slowness and calmness to your breath, even though you have to use some energy to do this. You're noticing those non-pain sensations. Maybe you're noticing your feet at the same time as you're noticing what's happening in the shoulders. If you pay no attention to the pain, you are not going to be able to listen to that alarm. Again, it's not that we want you to just pay attention to the pain, because we know that pain is not fully accurate. What we want you to do is pay attention to the pain, your breath, your body tension, and what's going on in your mind. Let your arms rest down for a moment now. So when we talk about paying attention to what's happening in our mind, we're talking about noticing if it feels safe, noticing if we feel like we're going to be okay later if we keep on doing this. So if you need to shift around a bit, go ahead and shift around a little bit. You can feel your feet on the floor. You can feel your spine reaching tall. This time, take your arms up, but your arms are going to be apart this time. Take them up just to this position and come on back down again. So your palms are facing towards the front. Your arms are out towards the side. So not fully out in this plane, right along, so they're in the same line as each other, but you're allowing your shoulders to come back maybe forward 30 or 40 degrees. You lift up, come back down again. Again, notice what's happening in your shoulders. If your shoulders are lifting up, let them relax down. You're going to come up a bit when you lift your arms up, but you don't want to feel like you're crunching in the neck or scrunching your neck up while you do it. Just don't need that effort. Slow your breath down. Divide your attention so you can feel those non-pain sensations of you. You can still feel your breath. You can notice what's happening with body tension. If that starts to build up, it's okay to let your arms pause. Let your arms come down for a moment, give them a bit of a shake. Because in a moment, we're going to take them back up again and stay in that position. So if you need to move them around a little bit, give them a little bit of a pause or shift, do that. Feel your feet on the floor. Let your hands rest on your thighs just for a moment. Feel your spine get really tall, soften around your neck and your shoulders and your face. Take your arms down, let your palms come towards the front, breathe in, take your arms up, and find a place where it feels like you could stay for a few breaths. So maybe it's okay to take them all the way up, or maybe up here's the best place. Maybe here's the best place. So choose the spot where you say, yeah, I can keep my breath calm. I think I'm safe. I think I'll be okay later. And then once you get there, let your shoulders open up and let your chest come forward a little bit. And then with your head, just look up a little bit, like you're gazing up a hill that's in front of you. Maybe you're watching somebody slide down a snowy hill on a toboggan. It's sort of fun to watch. So keep paying attention to the pain if there's pain, but also pay attention to non-pain sensations and your breath and your body tension and what's going on with your mind. If it's not feeling safe anymore, it's perfectly fine. Bring your arms down. If you can't keep your breath calm, bring your arms down. If your body tension is increasing, it's okay to change position or bring your arms down. If it's not easy to smile, maybe it's time to stop. So let your arms come on back down again. Let your hands rest in your lap. Check in again. You probably can feel a lot of tension around your shoulders now from holding your arms up there for a while. See what you can do to help that muscle tension relieve itself or to calm down. It may not relieve itself. It may need your help. Maybe that you need to calm your breath down and focus on sending a message to your shoulders that it's okay to let go. Or maybe the best thing to do would be to move your arms around a little bit, give them a bit of a stretch. Sometimes that feels best when we do that. Or sometimes it feels best to just stay still. So I'm going to stand up now, but you can do the rest of these movements from a chair if that feels like the right thing to do. So whether you stand or whether you're in the chair, feel your feet on the floor. Soften your knees just a little bit so they don't feel like they're locked back. If your balance is at all in need, then have the chair close by so you can put your hand on it, put your hand near a wall. But you can feel your feet on the floor, your knees are a bit soft. Ever so gently draw your legs in towards each other so you're creating a little bit of effort in your legs, like they're drawing in towards each other. You can do that in sitting as well. Ever so gently draw your lower belly in towards your spinal cord. Just try to pull it back a bit. Put your hand on your lower ribs and see if you can pull your lower ribs in towards the back of your body, just a little bit. Not with all your might, just a bit. And then think about your shoulder blades for a moment and see if you can draw them down and in. So not really hard down and not all the way down, just a little bit down and in towards each other. And then take your attention to the front of your neck and see if you can pull the front of your neck a little bit towards the back of your neck. So I'm going to exaggerate here. It's like you're doing this kind of movement, but no more than you're that big. You're drawing in a bit. I'm just giving you a whole lot of things to do. And if that feels like it's too many, then find the right number for you to work on. If you can feel your feet on the floor and you feel your legs drawing in, lower belly drawing in, lower ribs, shoulder blades, neck. They said if that's too much, then back up and do the number, do whatever ones feel like they would be the best amount for now, and slow down your breath. Take your hands from here, take your hands behind your back, either hold on to your other hand this way, or if it feels okay to grab your forearms. If your shoulders are flexible, maybe you can reach across and actually grab the other elbow. Wherever you get to, put your arms back behind your back, draw your shoulder blades back, feel your feet on the floor, legs drawing in, lower belly, lower ribs, shoulder blades, neck. From here, side bend down towards the side. Come on back up, down the other side. So if you're in a seated position, you're doing the same kind of movement. You're still drawing in all those areas. So I'm not trying to go really far. What I'm doing is feeling my breath, feeling my body. Hopefully that drawing in part was giving you some non-pain sensation to pay attention to. A sensation of a little bit of effort in your body. Great. When you come back up to the center again, let your arms pause, give them a bit of a shake if that would feel okay. So we're going to try that same movement that you did or the same breathing you did while you're sitting in the chair at the beginning with your hands here. But this time, as you change your awareness from one nostril to the other nostril, instead of also paying attention to what's happening in your hands, what I'd like you to do is also pay attention to the sensation of your feet, which can take a little bit of work. So come on back to this. As you breathe in through the nose, through both nostrils, breathe out through both nostrils. Just feel that. Great. Now, next time you breathe in, still breathe in the same way, but feel the sensation of the air as it comes in through the right. And as you breathe out, feel the sensation of the air as it goes out the left. As you breathe back in again, feel it going in the left. As you breathe out, feel it going out the right. You're going to start again. Feel the air coming in the right side. Now, when you feel it go out the left side, see if you can feel the air around the movement around your nostril and the sensation of your foot on the floor. And then when you breathe back in again, you can still feel your left foot on the floor and the air coming in the left nostril. And when you breathe out, you can feel the air going out the right side, and you can feel the right foot. So you're not doing anything with your feet right now. You're dividing your attention. So as you breathe in, feel the right foot, sensation at the right nostril. As you breathe out, feel the sensation at the left nostril and the sensation in your foot. Just carry on with that for a breath or two. Great. And when you finish your next exhale, you can just sort of let that go. Shift your knees around a little bit. Shift your shoulders around a little bit. So find that tall spine, a position where your knees are towards straight but not locked. Let your chin come down towards your chest. Bring your chin back up straight. Bring it over your shoulder. Bring it back to the center. Bring it down to your chest. Back up to the center. Over the other side. Back to the center. All right, so even as you're doing this, keep your breath calm. Notice the non-pain sensations of moving your neck around. Notice what's happening in your breath. Notice if there's body tension building up. Remember, if there's pain or tension or discomfort, just go to the edge, give it a little nudge, a little touch, and then come away. And when you come back to the center, just let that pause for a moment. If you need to shift your legs around, go ahead and do that. We're going to do a similar, we're going to do a movement of our lower back now. I was going to say it was similar, but we can't do quite the similar thing with our low back. So put your hands on the front of your legs right now. And what I'd like you to do is to move into a forward bend. So I'm going to turn sideways. It's just a movement of coming down this way. So you're going to come down to whatever feels like the right amount and then come on back up again. Put your hands on your thighs as you do this, or if you want to, put your hands on the chair while you do this so you can support your back if you feel you need that. So come down, keep your breath flowing. Notice your breath, notice your body tension. Do your best as you're doing this, however far you go, to come to a spot where you feel, or go while you're doing it and keep your breath moving. If you start to feel like your breath is getting tight, see if you can keep your breath flowing. If your body starts to get really tense, do your best to keep it a little bit softer, just a little bit further, or just a little bit more as you do this, whether your hands are on the chair or your thigh. If it feels okay for you to bend down and you want to go down and have a much further forward bend, go ahead and do it. If you do that and you say, you know, down's all right, but coming up's trouble, so put your hands on your legs and walk your hands back up your legs so you come up to that just right spot. Remember, you can pause anytime you want. You do not need to keep on going. So next time you go down, go to the spot where you feel you could stay for 2 or 3 breaths, whether your hands are on the chair or your thigh, or whether you're hanging down here even further and just trying to let your body go a bit. Just go to that spot where you feel that you can keep your breath flowing a bit, where you can influence the muscle tension a bit, where it feels like it's okay to pay attention to the pain and the non-pain sensations. If you're still there, work your way, come on back up, walk your hands up your legs or come up wherever you want to. So come on back to that standing position again. Feel your feet on the floor again. Slow down your breath if it's picked up. If you need to move your body around a bit. So for some of you, it might feel good to do some stretches towards the back now or stretches towards the side, or maybe the best thing to do is just stay right still. From here, what I'd like you to do is to take your legs further apart. So if you're okay with taking them about, I don't know, probably about twice as far as your shoulders are in width, do that. If it doesn't feel okay to do this, then just have your feet underneath you at your hips. So you can choose which one to go with. I'm going to go with my legs apart a little bit. So I've still got some softness in my knees. My legs are still long and my spine is still long, so I'm not collapsing down. I'm smoothing out my breath and I can feel my breath there. I'm paying attention to my breath and my muscle tension and non-pain sensations and pain sensations if they're there. Paying attention to whether it feels safe to do this. If you're all right with it, bring your arms straight out to the side. From here, do a gentle twist. So your knees are a little bit bent and just bring yourself around to a twist. Come on back to the center and same thing the other side. While you're doing this, notice the sensations of your body. You can notice the sensations of your breath as you do this. You can notice the sensations of muscle tension. You can notice other things. The clothes moving across your skin, the air moving across your skin. Maybe you can feel your toes more as you twist to one side, and then you start to feel the other toes when you go the other way. Great. When you come on back to the center, let your arms down just for a second. If your legs are okay staying here, let them stay right here for a moment. Give your shoulders a little bit of a shake around if that feels like the right thing to do. If you're okay with it, come on back out here with your arms. Your spine is tall, legs are long, but your knees aren't locked. You're going to come into a side bend from here, so come down this way. Come on back up. Notice all those things we've been talking about, or find the right amount of all those things to pay attention to for you. So maybe today you can pay attention to your breath and your body and your mind and pain and the movement. Or maybe for today, that's like juggling far too many balls. And it's best for you to pay attention to, say, the pain in your breath. Or what's happening in your mind and what's happening with your breath. You get to choose what serves you best for now. If you're still going, let your arms come on back down again. Just sidestep your feet back together again, so they're underneath your hips. Move your hips around a little bit if they feel like you need a break. Move your shoulders around if they feel like you need a bit of a break. So take your feet a little bit wider if you can, just a little bit wider than your shoulders would be right now. Let your knees bend a bit. Take your arms up. Look up as if there's a bit of a hill there and you're looking up the hill, watching something fun happen up there. Now, as you breathe in, come on up and reach up. So you come up on your toes if that feels good, or just towards your toes. And as you breathe out, bend your knees a bit. So maybe the best thing for you to do today is to, as you breathe out, bend your knees and go down and come on back up. Or maybe as you come up, you can come up on your toes a bit, come on back down. Just gotta watch your balance with this. Make sure you're in a place where you can keep yourself from tipping over. Notice your breath. Notice your body tension. Great. And if you're still doing that, when you come up next time, let your arms come down, give them a bit of a shake around, move your hips around a little bit. Slow down your breath again. Check in. How are you doing? I know this isn't a lot of movement, but sometimes it's all we need to do to try to get things moving again, sort of help with getting our body more healthy by moving it in a gentle way. All right, so if you're still doing all right, take your feet further apart. If it's anytime to have a seat back in the chair and take a break, and then you can imagine what we're doing so that next time it'll be easier to do that. So this time, your feet are wider than your hips. You're gonna take your arms back out again. You're gonna turn that front foot towards that side. So your left foot, just turn it out to the side, and your arms are reaching out like this, and you're looking over towards where your left foot is. From here, lift that front hand up and come into a side bend here, and then back down. So as you're doing this, maybe it's a smaller movement that you're doing. Maybe it's a really big movement that you're doing. The idea is notice what's happening in your body. What's happening with your breath. Don't lose your feet on the ground because then you get tippy. If your body's getting tense and you can't keep the tension down, then it's time to stop. And let your arms come on back down. Turn your feet facing each other or facing towards the front, parallel to each other. Just sidestep your feet together in front of you again. Move your hips around a little bit. Check in. How is the tension in your body right now? Maybe there's muscles that you need to work on letting them release a bit more. Or maybe you know they're just working and it's fine and you'll be all right later. But if you have that sense that That muscle needs to let go before I do some more. Go ahead and move it around or take a pause before you carry on. Because we're going to try the same thing on the other side. So put your feet apart if you're doing all right with this. Feet apart further than your shoulders. And take your right foot and just from your heel, just turn your foot to face that way. So my body is still facing towards this. If you're on a yoga mat, your body's still facing sideways on the mat. I'm going to take my arms straight out in front of me and just gently look over that front hand. Remember, your knees are a little bit soft, not locked back. You're slowing down your breath, noticing the sensations of your body, not just the pain, other sensations too. And when you breathe in, your hand comes up. Look up towards the sky, and that other hand comes down to the bottom leg, and you come back here. So a little bit of a side bend, a little bit of looking up with your neck if that feels all right. If it doesn't, look straight ahead. So know that it's okay to modify the position of your body just so you can move it to a place that feels like, yeah, that's safe for now. I'm challenging myself a bit, but I'm being kind. And just one more time in this direction. And then let your arms come on back down again. Turn that foot back in, side step your feet together again. Shift your hips around a little bit, maybe bend forward or back, whatever your back feels like it needs. Bend your knees a little bit if that feels good. Maybe shifting your shoulders around would be the right thing to do right now. Now, if you're okay with standing, stay with standing for right now. If it's time to have a seat back in the chair, go ahead and have a seat back in the chair and still work on this. If you're standing, you feel your feet on the floor, your knees a bit soft, your spine is tall, shoulders are relaxed. Try to release the tension around your face. That spot between your eyebrows or the furrow in your brow, the jaw tension, the tongue tension, do your best to find some softness there. Maybe you can remember back to that breath that we did at the beginning. So if you're seated in the chair, have a seat at the edge so you can move your arms a bit. If you're standing, you can come back to that movement like that, right? So you breathe in. Just pause before you do any more for right now. Because there's one other thing you can add in. If your body's okay with it, as your arms come down at the end, you can actually move into like a forward bend. So it would look like so make a decision on which one you want to do. And I'm going to get you to do 6 repetitions. So either you're going to keep your body up here, use your arms with the movement, or as you breathe out, as your arms come down, you will come into a bit of a forward bend. And you'll do 6 with your at your breath rate. If you need to stop before 6, stop before 6. If you feel like you're getting dizzy, grab onto the chair right beside you to make sure everything's good. All right, so whenever you're ready. Probably best to keep your eyes open just now. Put your hand out if you're feeling dizzy at all. Notice the sensations in your body now. Sometimes you even get a sense that there's almost energy moving through your body. Almost like that tingly sensation that you get. Hopefully it's a pleasant sensation if you've got it. So if you are still standing, what I'd like you to do is come back down to the chair. Sit at the edge of the chair. Feel your feet on the floor. And just check in now. Notice what's happening in your breath. Notice what's happening in your body. In your body, you can notice muscle tension. You can notice a sense of energy or fatigue. You can notice pain and non-pain sensations. Notice what's happening in your mind now. Whatever thoughts are there, whatever emotions are there. Just check in with those. And if you're all right with it, place one of your hands over your heart and feel the sensations around your heart. Notice those heartfelt sensations, whatever's there. Maybe it's even a little bit of gratitude to yourself for taking the time to do this. As you've noticed, there's not been as much movement in the practice today. There's not a lot of movement here, but it's been a lot about awareness and approaching movement in a new way, and about finding the ability to pay more attention to both the pain sensations and the non-pain sensations. So I'm hoping that's giving you a little bit of a different approach you can do to other activities, and even consider that if you've been able to get some success with that here today during this time, maybe by coming back and practicing this better, you'll gain more skill at it. Or maybe it's something that you don't need to bring into this kind of practice, but you could bring those same sorts of ideas into your day. And that little breath practice of lifting your arms like this, maybe that'll help you on days when your energy is low. If you find your energy is low, sometimes just stop and take a few breaths and see if that will change the energy, the fatigue that you have in the moment. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the practice. In a moment, Jen's going to come on and give us a poll. And if you have any questions, you can let us know.
All right. Thanks, Neil.
Welcome,
How did that
Jen.
feel? How did that feel for the last session?
Oh, good, good.
And I invite anyone on the call to let us know how that was for you as well, if that's and how you're feeling. If you want to share that with us. Great. So I think we are. I've launched the poll, everyone. So do just take a minute and fill that in. And otherwise, I'm not seeing any questions. So I think maybe we've answered all the questions, Neil, during this.
Maybe. Maybe.
Which is great.
Yeah. It's hard to imagine that was all the questions or the answers, because there's so many in this area. But hopefully we've answered some important ones for people anyway.
I hope so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you do, just a reminder, if you do have a question, just put it in the Q&A, or if you had a comment, you wanted to put it in the chat, go ahead. Someone had raised their hand, but I see it's gone back down now. So, okay. Well, I think we'll leave it there, Neil. So
right.
Wishing you and everyone else a terrific summer, a good break, and continued movement.
Yeah.
We hope to see you in September.
Thanks again, Jen, and thanks to FameBC.
Thanks. Thanks, Neil. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.